Thank you. Hello, good afternoon, my students. How are you today?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm good.
Great.
Good. I'm great.
Good. Okay. Since all of you are in good conditions, so we can start our lesson, right? Do you agree, my students? Okay, before we start the lesson, please Fathan lead us for prayer.
Okay, sir. So let's pray. Begin. Over.
Okay, thank you, Fathan. I think you have checked your attendance all in here, so we can start our lesson. I will share my screen. Okay, is it visible on your screen? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we can start. First, I have a quote here. And the quote is from Charles Atlas. Do you know who is Charles Atlas? Hello. Do you know Charles Atlas?
No, sir.
Okay, no problem. So Charles Atlas is a writer, and he is the most popular bodybuilder in the world. Don't like me. I'm like a life skeleton, right? Okay, and his quote is step by step, and the thing is done. So you must do everything in sequence. Sequence from the first step, then the second step, third step, until the last step. Don't jump to the next step if the previous step is still doesn't clear. Okay. Or next, I will show you a video, but maybe the video will be one of the material that we are going to learn today. So watch the video carefully because I will give you a simple question after you watch the video. Okay. I'm sorry, is the video audible in your devices? Hello? Can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I will start the video. There are many ingredients here. You can see 3 mangoes, lemon juice, ice cubes, ginger, honey, and water. video, the person makes mango juice using a finger, but maybe this way is not famous in our country, right? So you can use ginger or not. Okay, thank you. Next, I have a question. What is the video tells about?
How to make mango juice.
Yes, that's right. Great, Fathan. Thank you. So the video is tells about how to make mango juice. Next, what are the contents of the video? What the information that you got after you watch the video?
Steps to make mango juice.
Oh, great try. But your answer is same as the previous question, and this is a different question. The information of the video. Okay, that's no problem. So the content of the video is the material. It consists of ingredients, and if you watch carefully, you can find the tools and also the steps of making mango juice, right? Is it clear? Okay, so we have a goal on the video, that is how to make a glass of mango juice. A goal is in the title of the video. Then you can find the materials. It consists of tools and also ingredients. Then we also find steps. The tool is consists of plate, a blender, a basin, a juice strainer, a glass. And for the ingredients, you can find 3 mangoes, lemon juice, ice cubes, ginger, honey, and water. And this is for the step. Please, Teramaita, what's the step? Read the step here, please.
I'm sorry, sir, but my screen is blurred, so I can read anything.
Oh,
Yes, so do I.
Yes, me
maybe
too, sir.
my connection is not good, right? I'm sorry.
Do you need help?
Is it still same?
Yeah, it's the same.
Oh. Yeah, I will refresh.
I can help you if you want it.
Is it still same? Hello?
Yes, sir.
It's
Still not clear.
same.
Ah,
It's still blur.
Okay, Farhan, can you help me please to share my
Can
screen?
you share your Google slide link?
Okay. I'm sorry for wasting the time in this lesson today.
The access to your slide is denied.
Oh, okay. Okay. You can refresh your Chrome. Can you open the link, Farhan?
Yeah, I can. Still
Okay,
loading.
I will stop share. Okay. Okay, thank you. Just click this screen. Okay, until the steps. Okay, please one of you. Oh, I think that's no need to read this because the time is limited. I will read this. First, wash the mangoes using fresh water. Second, peel the skin without cutting too much flesh. Third, cut the mangoes into small cubes. Next, peel the ginger with the knife. After that, cut the ginger into small pieces. Then, put the cut mangoes, the cut ginger, lemon juice, honey, and ice cubes in the blender. Next step, blend it to a smooth paste. After that, add the water in the blender, then blend it again. Then filter the juice using the strainer. After filtered, pour the juice into the glass, and finally, the mango juice is ready to serve. So we can find the goals, the materials, and also steps in the video. Next. Okay, after you watch the video, after you see the text before, can you have a conclusion what we are going to learn today?
I think we would like to learn about procedure text.
Okay, that's great, Pathan. That's very right. So today we are going to learn about procedure text. Next. That's procedure text. Do you know what is procedure text? Maybe you have learned it in your junior high school, or maybe you in your previous grade, or maybe you uh, have heard about procedure text. Please tell me about procedure text here.
the steps of making something, sir.
Yes, Good try. Is there anyone who want to add something?
Also, how to operate something.
Yes, that's right. So, please, oh no. So, procedure text is a text that tell the reader how to make or how to do something in sequence from step by step until the final steps. Okay, next, Fathan. What we are going to learn today, I think it's next. Okay, so in this today, we are going to learn procedure text. It consists of click, definition, then the social functions, generic structures, and also the language features of procedure text. Do you have any question? Okay, next. Then we also have discussion section. Click. Okay, so we are going to discuss about a topic related with procedure text. Next. And the last section, we have a practice session, making a procedure text in individual. Okay, next. Do you have any question about what we are going to learn today? Oh, I think you have understood. Okay, next. So I have a card here. Please, one of you read the sentence there. Laila, please.
Yes, sir. A
Okay.
procedural text informs your audience how to do or make something.
Okay, thank you. So this sentence is the easier or simple way to describe procedure text. Please click button. Okay, so we have a definition here. Click. So a procedure text is a text that tells about how to do or to make something in step by step. As I said previous, right? Step by step in sequence. Okay, next. Do you have any question about the definition? Okay, so we are going to learn social function of procedure text. So the purpose of the social function of procedure text is to tell the reader how to do or to make something in time order and with accuracy. So uh, if we follow the step in the procedure text, we can save our time and we can make what we are gonna make with accuracy. If we want to make coffee, please we follow the step by step on make coffee. We got the material and also the tools, so we can make the coffee accurately. Next, okay, we are going to learn about the generic structure. Do you know what is generic structure? Okay, just continue the material. So the generic structure is the first goal or aim. This text contains about purpose of making or operating something. The goal is on the title of the text, how to make a cup of tea, how to operate television, like that. And the second generic structure is materials or equipment. So The materials consist of ingredients that are used in making something, but not all parts of procedure text includes materials. Sometimes a procedure text does not have material section. For example, a procedure text on how to washing hand properly, how to do sit up, how to do push up. That doesn't need any material, just need step by step in sequence, right? And the third generic structure is steps or methods. It contains the steps or sequences that must be done so that the objectives outlined in the aim or goal to be achieved. Step or sequence must be a sequence from the first to the last. That's like I said previously, the step is must be sequence because uh, it's impossible if we can make something if we don't follow step by step. For example, we want to open, we want to watch YouTube videos. What the first step? We must open the YouTube, then we search the video, and the third, we watch the video, right? Is it possible if we watch the video first, then we search the video, and the last one, open YouTube? That's not possible, right? Okay, do you have any question? Okay, next, Fathan. Okay, this is the example of generic structure. How to schedule Zoom meeting for an online class. This is the aim or goal. In Indonesian, tujuan. And the tools, that is PC or mobile phone, Zoom application, and the last one, internet. This is the materials or alat atau bahan. Materials. And in the recipe, we also find ingredients, tools and ingredients. And the third is instruction from the first until the last. This is the steps atau langkah-langkah. It's clear, right? Okay, next, Fathan. Okay, now we are going to learn the language feature of procedure text. The first, using imperative sentence patterns or command. For example, put the banana into the pot. This is a command to ask someone to do something. Click in the arrow. Okay. Click. And this is the example. Click there. Pass the salt. Move out of my way. This is the example of a command or imperative sentence. Pass the salt. That doesn't need any subject. So the structure is verb. You can also add the noun or the adverb or the adjective. And for the negative patterns, you just need to add do not or don't, then verb one, and then you also can add like adverb, noun, or adjective. And sometimes command just consists of one word. For example, stop, it just consists of verb. Stop and sit up, like that. Do you have any question? Okay, back. Click the arrow in the. Okay, thank you. Second feature is using active verbs such as turn, put, to, mix, etc. I think you have understood all of these verbs, active verbs. It's very easy. And the third, using time conjunction to sort of activities. What is time conjunction? Okay, this is the example of time connectives or conjunction. For example, after, eventually, just at that moment, next, first, blah, 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 until after that. Because, the procedure text in steps must be sequenced. So every sentence needs time connectives to make it clear the steps or the arrangement of the sentence, right? Okay, next. Okay, you can close your perkecil dulu Fatan. Nah, kembali ke atas. Sorry, belum kasih. Okay, thank you. The fourth feature is using adverbials or adverbs to express detail the time, place, manner, accurate. This is very important for procedure text. For example, for a minute, for 2 minutes, like that. Or the place, for example, put the tea in the glass like that. And the fifth is using the simple present tense because imperative sentence here used. Okay, thank you. Next. Click. Okay, so we have a text here, an example of procedure text. How to make a glass of apple juice. It consists of first ingredients. Click button. 3 apples, a quarter cup of water, 3 teaspoons of sugar or honey to sweeten. And for the tools, we have a blender, a knife, a cutting board, a fine mesh strainer, a spoon. Oh, it's not. And for the steps, we have just click until the end button, please. Okay. So we have steps here. Do you know how to annotate in this meeting view? Okay, please, all of you annotate on the time connectives in every sentence. Please, everyone choose two time connectives. One person, two time connectives. Okay, first. Okay, great. First, next pattern. And the second one. Okay, that's no problem. So I think you have understood the generic structure, the definition, the what is that? The social function, and the last one is language feature of procedure text. Do you have any question on the material we learned? Okay, if you don't have question, please, Fathan, next. Okay, for the discussion, Imam wants to make a cup of treaty, but he can. Then he asks you to make a procedure text about it for him. I think it is for your assignment on your home as your homework. And next, we have to homework for you. Next. And this the quiz here. I will copy the link in the WhatsApp group and we will discuss the two assignment in the next meeting. Do you have any question? We will discuss it together and maybe I will make a score from the quiz, right? It is just easy question from this material today. Okay. Can you have any question? Okay, if you don't have any question, I think the lesson is enough for today. So today we have learned about first definition of procedural text. The second, Fathan. And the second one is great. And the third, Laila.
Generic structure.
Great. The last, Parameta.
The example of procedural text.
I'm sorry.
The example of procedural text.
Yeah, that's one of the material we learned today. But we learned about the language feature. Yes, language feature of procedural text. Then I give you an example, right? Okay, thank you. You don't have any question. I will close the meeting, the class today. Thank you for your attendance on our meeting. If I have any mistake, I am really, really sorry. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And thank you, Fajan, for share my Google Docs.
Okay. Hello everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Okay, before we start our lesson today, let's together play the game. Pray never enough. Okay, to start our lesson, I'd like to check your attendance. I will call your name and you need to answer me. Okay, I'm sorry, I got a little trouble with my connection. Okay, the first one, Fasan Rahayani, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
Okay, so how is your condition today, Fasan?
I'm good as usual.
Okay, thank you. So you are in good condition. And then the next one is, yes, are you here?
Yes, Miss, I'm here.
How is your condition today?
I'm really, really good today.
Okay, thank you. So you are in really, really good today. And the last one is, Laila, are you here?
Yes, Miss, I'm here.
Okay, how is your condition today?
I'm great, Miss.
Okay, thank you. So all of you are present here and no one are absent. Okay, so as you can see in my screen, I have a question for you. The question is, have you ever asked someone about their plane? Have you? Yes? Okay, so I think every one of you have ever asked someone about their plane and maybe plan for weekend or plan for holiday or maybe plan for after graduating and so on. Okay, Next, we would like to Okay, so next we would like to watch a video. The video is about a plant, and you need to pay attention to the video because maybe I will ask you some question after the video. Okay, and remember it. Okay, after watch this video, I'd like to ask you a question. So, what is this video about? Does anyone know? What is this video about?
Girl who plan to continue her study, ma'am.
Yes, that's right, Laila. So this video is about a girl that has plans to continue her study in Yale University. So there is plans after graduating. Okay, next, I'd like to ask you, what will you do after graduating from high school? Maybe you already have a plan. Have you?
I will go to the university. Yes.
Okay, so yes, you'll go to university, and have you decided which university do you want to go?
I'm sorry, Miss.
Have you decided which university do you want to go?
Yes, I've decided from the first time I enter high school. It is 11 Maret University.
Okay, so you want to go to Basmat University in Surakarta. Okay, and how about the other? How about Laila and Facan? What is your plan after graduating from high school?
I will go to Hawaii, ma'am.
Oh, so Laila wants to go to Hawaii to refreshing, okay? And okay, so how about Fajan? What is your plan?
I'm going to marry.
Okay, so Fajan wants to marry after graduating from high school. But Fajan, you need to find a job first because you cannot live without money, okay? Okay, so next, today our lesson is about plan or intention. And this is what we will learn in this lesson. There are definition of plan, social function of plan, and then there are three expressions of plan. And then in the last lesson, we will have a project to do role play. Okay, so what is plan? Plan is an intention or decision about what one is going to do in the future. And then, what is the social function? Does anyone know? No? Okay, so the social function is to state or ask about plans, device, or something intended to do in the future. And next, this is about the intention expression. We can use this expression to state or ask about plans. There are three expressions. The first one is be going to, the second one will, and the last one is would like to. So let's discuss the first one. The first one is be going to. Be going to is used when you are studying about plan or plan intention. So you have plan your plan before you are saying about your plan. And this is the sentence structure. As you can see, there are subjects, be, going to, and then plus for plan. And I'd like to ask you, does anyone know what is be? Does anyone know?
Auxiliary verb.
Yeah, that's correct, Asan. So this is auxiliary verb. And there are many forms of auxiliary verb like is, are, was, were, has, and etc. But in this lesson, we will only discuss about the three forms. There are is, and are. Is used when your subject is he, she, or it, and am is used when your subject is I, only I. And then the last one, are. You use are when your subjects are they, we, or you. For example, I will use she, so I will also use if. The sentence is she is going to go to Bali next holiday, like that. Okay, that this is the example. As you can see, I am going to go to Bali next holiday. I is the subject, am is the be, and going to and then verb. And for the negative sentence, you need to add not. Okay, you need to add not in the sentence. And for interrogative, you need to put the be first in the first sentence. Okay. Next, the second one is will. Will is used when you are saying about spontaneous plan. So you have not decided your plan before you are saying it. And the sentence structure are subject, will, and then plus verb. And for the example, yeah, you can see I is the subject, then will, then verb. And you can do it here. There are things. I think this is showing that your plan is spontaneous, so you have not planned it before. And the last one is would like to, and the sentence structure are subject, would like to, and then plus verb. And for the example, yeah, as you can see in the screen, there are two examples of would like to. Next, here I have a dialogue. This is about holiday plans between two people, Woody and Amir. And I'd like to ask you to read this dialogue. So, is there any volunteer to read this dialogue? Okay, Fajan and Sias wants to read this dialogue. So, Fajan, you want to be Amir or Woody?
I choose Amir.
Okay, Fajan will be Amir and Sias will be Woody. Okay. So, let's read the dialogue. But
Yeah.
this is preparing.
Hi
Okay.
Amir, what's up?
Oh, hello. I'm fine, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing well. By the way, next week is the semester holiday. Have you got any plans?
I don't know, but I think I will spend the holiday at home with my parents. What about you?
Oh, I'm going to go to Bali Island. I have never been there before.
People say that is really beautiful. Which resort will you visit?
Perhaps I will go to Kuta Beach.
Will you surf then?
No, I won't. I cannot swim, Amir.
So, what are you going to do here, there?
I'm going to enjoy the sunset, play with sand on the beach, and enjoy the scenery.
Wow, that sounds great. I hope you enjoy your holiday, buddy.
Thank you, Amir.
Okay, thank you, Yes and Fajan. That's a good job. So close to you. Okay, so let's discuss about the dialogue. So this dialogue contains some expression that we have discussed before, like will, going to, and would like to. So right now, I would like to ask you to draw a line. I would like to ask you to find one sentence that contains one of the three expressions that we have discussed before, and you need to underline it using annotation. For finding annotation, you can go to the top of your screen and then you can see few options, and there is annotation here. So is it clear? Okay, so let's do this. Just find one sentence that contains one of the three expressions that we have discussed before. Just one person, one. Okay, Laila has signed her sentence and yes also. How about Fajan? Okay, let's discuss it first. So, Laila sentence is, I will spend the holiday at home with my parents. So, Laila, I would like to ask you, the sentence is planned plan or spontaneous plan? Do you think it is spontaneous or planned plan?
Spontaneous, ma'am.
Yeah, that's correct. So, the sentence is spontaneous plan because, as you can see, there are will and I think, but I don't know. We state that Amir doesn't plan it before. Okay, the next one is clear sentence. I am going to go to Bali Island. So, yes, is it a planet plan or spontaneous plan?
I think it is not spontaneous or long plan.
Yeah, that's correct. The sentence is planned plan because yeah, you the Budi use I am going to showing planet plan. And in the last one, Fajan sentence. Perhaps I will go to Kuta Beach. So Fajan, is it spontaneous or planned plan?
In my opinion, it is belong to spontaneous plan.
Yeah, that's correct. So this is spontaneous plan because Budi use will and then there is perhaps in here that so spontaneous plan. And then let's discuss about the dialogue structure. So from this one, from Budi, Budi, hi Amir, what's up? And then until I am doing well. Do you think what is this? Maybe opening, body, or
Greeting
closing?
or opening.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so this is opening. So in opening, you can say greeting, like asking a house condition and etc. And then the introduction is followed by the body. So in this body, there is a main topic. So there are plans that will you discuss with your partner, like yeah, asking about holiday and etc. And then the last one, this is the closing. So you can say your how or saying goodbye to your partner like that. Okay, so does anyone have question about this material? No? Okay, I hope you all are understand. And yeah, wait a second. Okay, this is the expression of intention for starting. As we have discussed before, there are would like to, will, and going to. And then for asking, there are other types like what are you going to do? Any plans for the weekend? Do you have any intention of? Is it your intention to? And what will you do? And right now, after we learn about the expression of intention, like will, be going to, and would like to, I'd like you to try to create a sentence of asking and stating your plan or intention. Like in this screen, as you can see, there are examples. A, are you going to go to the bookstore tomorrow? And B, no, I am not going to go to the bookstore tomorrow. So what you need to do is open slido.com and then put the code 4262020. Pre-memory. Okay, so you have done a good job. So I pretend that you all are understood about the material well because your practice of writing is, yeah, it is good enough. Okay. So I'd like to give a conclusion about our material today. So we have discussed 3 expressions of intention: listen to, will, and would like to. And we also discussed about the structure of the dialogue: opening, body, and closing. And this is your homework. For your homework, you need to create a dialogue with your page about your future plans with an opening, body, and closing section. And for the topics, you can determine by yourself. You can use your creativity to determine the topic. Okay, until this section, is there any question? Maybe do you have any question about the homework instruction? No? Okay, because there is no question, so this is the end of our lesson today. Thank you for attending my class and see you.
See you, Miss.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, class. How are you today?
Good afternoon, Miss.
Hi,
I'm good.
Miss. I'm good.
Okay, great. Before starting our lesson, let's pray together first. Finish. Now, I would like to check your attendance by using whiteboard.com. Go to the link that I shared in the chat box, and there will be an incomplete sentence on the board. What you should do is you have to complete the sentence based on what is your dream job. I will give you an example. To answer this question, you can add the text and then write your name. Then you can write, I would like to apply for. Okay, is it clear? Okay, great. Seems like everyone is here, right? Hope you all can reach your dream job. And also, I hope you are always in a good condition. And I'm so glad to see you again in our English class. Now, I would like to share my screen first. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
Okay, great. There are 2 pictures of searching a job vacancy, right? Then, my students, do you still remember what we started in the last meeting? Yeah, that's right. It was about a job vacancy. So talking about the job vacancy, there is an area of business that relies on this material. If you are interested in advertisement of a job vacancy, you need to apply for that job. And once you are graduate from high school or university, you may set up your own business or you may apply. After you look at the job vacancy, what will you make if you want to apply for a job? I will give you 1 minute to think about it. Okay, I think time is enough. Can anyone answer my question? What will you make if you want to apply for a job?
CV.
Yeah, that's great. We have to make a CV, of course, but we need to make something more formal like a letter. Can you guess what kind of letter we should make to apply for a job?
Maybe a job application letter.
Yeah, that's great, yes. We need to make a letter called a job application letter or a cover letter. Then, do you know how to make it properly? Don't worry if you don't know how to make it properly, because today we are going to learn how to make an application letter by paying attention to the social function, the text structure, and also the language feature that are correct in the context. And what will you do in this lesson is, the first one, you have to identify the characteristic of the application letter correctly. And then the second one, you have to identify the social function, the text structure, the language feature in the application letter correctly. And then the last one, you have to write a job application letter by paying attention to social function, text structure, and language feature that are correct in the context. So my students, after we have found an interesting job, it's time for us to write a job application letter or cover letter. Then, do you know what is an application letter actually? So an application letter is a letter of application, also known as a cover letter, is a document sent with your resume to provide additional information about your skill and experience to an employee. The letter of application is intended to provide detailed information on why you are qualified candidate for the job. And the social function of a job application letter is, of course, to apply for a job. Okay, and then the next one, let's see an example of the application letter in this screen. Vera, would you mind reading this text?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Vera. Time is yours.
Martin Maxwell, 51 Martin A, Los Angeles, March 14, 2020. United Travel Service. O Box 2567. 200, blah, blah, blah. Santa Barbara. Dear Sir or Madam, I'm applying for a position as public relations office advertised in Los Angeles Post on March 12. I am 27 years old and I graduated from UCLA 2 years ago. I have been with the Amex as public relations office. I would be very interested in gaining a new experience in an international company such as United Travel Service. I have always been interested in public relations and I enjoy meeting and talking to people. To provide you with my particulars, I enclose my CV, a recent photograph, academic record, and a letter of reference from any previous employer. I would be available for an interview at any time. I look forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely, Martin Maxwell.
Okay, great job, Vera. Thank you for helping me read the text. And then let's review it together. So based on the text, what position is the writer applying for? Can anyone mention it?
I think the writer want to apply for a position as public relation office.
Yes, perfect. Yes, the writer applies for a job as public relation office advertised. So my students, there are some important things that you have to consider when you are writing a job application letter. The first one is the preferred position. The preferred position is the position that you want to apply in when you apply for a job. In the example, the writer applies for a job as public relation office advertised. And then the second one is skills. So you can mention your skills that support the job. For example, like a good at communication and etc. And then the third one is experience. You can also mention your previous experience in the related jobs. For example, in this text, the writer said that he has been worked with the Amex as public relation officers. And then the last one is interest. You can also show your interest in the preferred job. And in this example, the writer said that he is always been interested in public relation. Okay, and then next, before I explain the text structure of the application letter, I would like you to try to guess the part of this application letter. And I will call you all one by one from the first student's list name so that everyone has a chance to answer the question. Are you ready? Okay, let's try. From the first one, Fachan, you can choose which part you will guess.
So the first one is sender address.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's correct. And then the second one, yes, you can choose which part you will guess.
80 August 2015. I think it's the date.
Okay, that's great. And then the last one, Vera Meita, you can choose which part you will guess.
Dear Mr. Suharno, this is the oh no. I would like to apply for the book editor position. This is the opening.
Yeah, that's great. Great job, everyone. You have tried to guess and almost all your answers are correct, although I haven't even explained it before. So here are the generic structure of the job application letter. The first one is opening that contains address, name, phone number, date, and salutation. And then the second one is body that contains introduction, self-promotion, and also conclusion. And then the last one is closing that contains sign-off, signature, and full name. This is the example. Okay, so here are the parts of the application letters. The first one is sender address. You can put your address in the left side or in the right side, like this one. Okay, and then the next one is date, the date you make the application letter. And then the third one is company address. So put the address of the company you want to apply. This is the example. Okay, and then the next is salutation, like dear sir, dear madam, dear sir or madam, dear Mr. Agus, and etc. This is salutation. And then the next one is opening paragraph. So in the opening paragraph, you can tell the job or position you want to apply for. You can also mention from where you get the information. Like this example. Okay, and then the next one is body. So in the body, you can tell about your past experience if you have already had the job experience, or any activities or skills that match or similar with the job. Give a strong and convincing statement that you are qualified and the right one to get the job. And then the next one is closing paragraph. You can write the closing paragraph to ask the possibility to have an interview. You can put your contact number or email address to make the company easier to follow up, and don't forget to thank to them, like this one. Okay, and then the last one is closing and signature. Closing is like sincerely yours faithfully, sincerely yours, best regards, and etc. And then the signature is the sender of application letter. Okay, next is the language feature. So in the language feature, we use simple present tense or perfect continued tense. You know, right, what simple present tense is or perfect continued tense is? And then we should write an application letter in a formal language and written in formal style. Okay, and next, let's see the example of phrases and sentences in job application letter. This is for opening, and then reason for writing, introducing yourself, talking about your education and experience, and where you are the best for this position, closing comments, and signing off. Okay, and then the next one, let's have a try to write a sentence by using the example of the language used in a job application letter. Here is the example. So I'm writing this letter to inform you that I intend to apply for the position of, you can fill a position you are applying for at the name of company you want to apply. And I recently found your listing on source of job listing, and I hope you find this application in good graces. So this is the example. I'm writing this letter to inform you that I intend to apply for the position of English teacher at English Coach Jakarta. I recently found your listing on the website linkedin.com, and I hope you find this application in good graces. Okay, is it clear, class? I will give you 5 minutes to write your sentences, and you can send on the chat box. Okay, skip. Okay, great. Good job, everyone. So, what have we learned today? Yeah, today we have learned about the definition of an application letter, the social function, the text structure, and language feature of the application letter. And do you have any question for today's material? Okay, if you don't have any question, I assume that you are understand this material. Then for individual assignment, I would like you to try to write a job application letter based on a specific vacancy. And then the source of a job vacancy is up to you. You can find it on the internet or magazines, newspaper, social media, and etc. And here is the example of a job vacancy. Then here is the template of the job application letter. I will send it through the WhatsApp group after the class. So do you have any question for individual assignment? Okay, that's great. And then in the next meeting, you can share your work and we can discuss it together. Okay, I think that's all for today. If you have any question, feel free to contact me through the WhatsApp group. So thank you everyone. Have a great day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Miss.
Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good afternoon, my students. So, how are you today?
I'm good, sir.
Good, sir.
Are you all happy or in a good condition?
I'm in good condition, sir.
Okay, that's great. So, can you hear my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, before we start our lesson today, let's pray together. Okay, let's pray. Okay. Over. Thank you. So, do you like watching a short movie? Are you guys like watching a short movie?
Not really, sir.
Really, sir.
Yes, I like it.
Okay, that's great. So, the next slide, we would like to watch a short movie. So, pay attention to the short movie because I will give you a simple question related to it. Okay, skip. What do you think about the short movie? Is it good or is it sad? What do you think, guys, about the movie?
I think it is sad movie, sir.
Can you give your explanation? Why do you think so?
Because she lost her best friend.
Okay, that's great. So the video is talking about Sarah as the writer. Feels sad because she lost his best friend. She write a letter to her best friend that passed away. Okay. After you watch the video and can you see the two examples of something? Can you guess what examples of it? It is kind of letter. Can you guess what letter?
I think that's personal letters, sir.
Okay, that's great. Why do you think so? Yes.
Because after I read the text, I can find that the text is sent by a person to his friend in personal way.
Okay, impressive. That's a great opinion. Yes. So today we would like to learn about personal letter. Okay, after you watch the video and see the example of personal letter before, can you give your opinion? What is the definition of personal letter? Anyone of you want to give your opinion? No one? Okay, that's okay if you do not want to utter your opinion. So, personal letter is a type of letter or informal composition that usually consists of personal matters and is sent from one individual to another. Jadi, so personal letter is a kind of personal type of letter that contain personal feelings or personal experience that you want to say to your friend, something like that. Have you ever created personal letter before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, that's great. Yes. Laila, Vera, have you ever created before?
Yes,
Not
I
yet, sir.
Oh, that's great. So you for sure really relate to this material, all right? Okay, so the next is what will we gonna learn today? So for sure, we would like to learn about personal letter. This slide uh, materi yang akan kita pelajari in this lesson. So first is social function, the second grammatical features, the third expressions used in personal letter, the fourth is generic structure, and the last is creating our personal letter. It will be very interesting in the last meeting of this chapter. Okay, next. So first, we would like to learn about social function. The social function of personal letter is to inform the addressee that the addresser wants to tell important things like personal feelings, thoughts, or experiences which are meant to be read by a specific person. So for example, you would like to read or to write a personal letter to your crush. Of course, you would like to your crush read it by herself or himself, something like that. So next is grammatical features. The first is using personal pronoun. Do you know what is personal pronoun? Okay, so personal pronoun is words that represent something or represent thing, atau dalam bahasa Indonesia kita menyebutnya kata ganti. So this is kind of personal pronouns in English. There is a subjective pronoun, adjective pronoun, possessive adjective, possessive pronoun, reflexive pronoun, and there is a first person, second person, and third person. So far, do you have any question about it?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. So, okay. The next grammatical feature is allowed use to use contraction in your writing. For example, his stand for he is, she is, stand for she is, haven't, stand for have not, and etc. On the next grammatical feature is using informal language. Although the tone of your letter is informal, do not use offensive language. Use a good language and don't use language that menyinggung perasaan dari penerima. The next grammatical feature is style is warm. Of course, it is because personal letter memperkuat bond your memperkuat ikatan Anda ke penerima. Okay, the last grammatical feature is let your personality shine in your writing. Next, okay. So this is the example of expressions in personal letter. The first is my dearest. It was kind of, I'm grateful. Oh my God, you'll never guess. Another example is I regret to inform you. Next is I wonder if you, best wishes with love. Do you guess? No. Another examples of expressions used in personal letter. Okay, so you write personal letter the example. Jadi kalian waktu menulis itu menggunakan seperti contoh ini ya. Okay, it's fine. Next. Okay, the next is generic structure. It is kind of similar with formal letter that we have a date. Date is when the letter is written. It's generally in the top left. It can also in the right, top right. And the next is their address, place where you're writing from in the top right. And the next we have salutation and name that greeting and the person's name you are writing to. For example, my dear blah blah blah, my love blah blah blah, something like that. So next we have introduction, the opening of the letter. Usually start with how are you, or refers to the previous letter. You can start by asking the receiver conditions, something like how's your day, something like that. So we have body, the main part of the letter. It includes what you want to write to the other person. Next is closure. The part indicates the letter is going to end. And the next we have complimentary close, short expression like love you, sincerely yours, of. And the next we have signature. And the last we have postscript. After the letter, you begin with postscript and end with your initials. Postscript is something like additional message. For example, you have write personal letter that contain your experience, last week experience. You can write as something like, it is secret. Don't tell anyone about this letter, something like that. Next, yeah, this is the example of personal letter that have defined the generic structure. So in the Jakarta, 6 April 2019 is a date. 88 Boswell Road, Oxford, OX4, 3HP is address. Dear my beloved friend Jane is a salutation. And the introduction, we have, how are you today? It is asking the receiver condition. And then blah, blah, blah. Next, we have body, is the main part of this letter. And the next, we have closure or closing. And the next, we have complementary close. And the last, signature. So far, do you have any question? Okay. So I think you understand the material, right? Okay. This there is obtained generic structure from this letter. Okay, I will call your name randomly to answer the following generic structure. So yes, which one do you want to guess from the generic structure?
I choose the first.
The
I
first,
think
okay.
The dress, sir.
Okay, let's see, is it dress or not? 3, 2, 1. Tereng. Okay, that's a great answer, yes. Laila, which one do you want to guess?
Dear Mona. It's
Okay,
part
dear Mona.
of salutation.
Salutation. Okay, let's see. 3, 2, 1. Tereng. Okay, correct. That's correct, Laila. So the last is Vera. Which one do you want to guess?
How are you? I want to tell you this is the opening.
The opening. Okay, let's see. Is correct or not? 3, 2, 1. Dang. Okay. That's a great answer, Vera. So you all answer the generic structure correct. Next is body. The next is closure. Next is complementary close. And the last is, for sure, signature. Do you guys think that this letter is in the correct way or not? Apakah surat ini sudah benar? Apa ada yang kurang?
I think there is a mistake in the letter. There is no date of the letter.
Okay, that's impressive. Yes. Okay, this letter is wrong because there is no date that indicate when the letter is right. Okay, that's great. So the next activity is discussion And the instruction is make a group consisting of 3 to 4 students, and then find a personal letter in the internet and analyze it, the social function, the structure, and grammatical features with your group. And the next is I would like to you to present your work in front of classroom. Okay, do you have any question related to the material or related to the instruction here? Okay, so I think you understand well. Skip. So that's all for the lesson today. So I would like to conclude. The personal letter is a type of letter that contain a personal matter. For example, your personal feeling to someone, your personal experience, and the grammatical feature is used in formal language or your tone. Hey, sorry, I will mute temporarily.
Okay, this group, all of you have already presented the teaching practice. Sudah semua ya?
Belum, Mbak. Saya belum penutupan. Ini masih
Oh,
ada.
oke. Masih ada. Oke. Nanti kalau sudah selesai bisa dicukupkan karena memang sudah 15 lebih 5 ya. Nanti untuk feedback, I'll try to give feedback on Google Form and maybe you may also check it on the Google Form ya. Nanti saling memberi feedback di Google Form-nya. Oke. Oke, itu ya.
Okay, let's continue. Tadi sampai mana ya? Conclusion ya. So for the grammatical feature is the language is informal, though the tone of your language is informal, but do not use offended language, right? So using a personal pronoun, and this is let your writing shine. Okay. So I have an assignment for you guys. So the assignment is still on the group. Each group make one personal letter about graduation. Do it in Google Docs and share your link in our group WhatsApp. So the other group can give feedbacks on your work. Okay, for the next week activity, we have individual project making creative personal letter, and the theme is love letter. So bring tools like folding paper, scissor, marker, glue, and so on. Yeah, next agenda we will have a fun project. Okay, is there any question about the assignment and next week agenda? I think you all understand, right? So, okay, I will text the detail to our WhatsApp group. So, do you have any question from our lesson today? No? Okay. Hope you guys understand well the material. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.